Coffee with a Missionary. I'm so excited to be here today, and we are talking with Billy and Havilah Roman. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Billy and Havilah and their family, they are missionaries to Antigua. I said that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Antigua, and just introduce yourselves a little bit. Talk about who you are, your family, and what you're doing in Antigua.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Billy Roman, and this is my wife, Havilah Roman, and we are serving in Antigua and Barbuda in the West Indies. They're actually British islands. Um, it's part of the what is called the West Indies, but it's in the area that we are in is the Eastern Caribbean. And so that's the name for it. And so we were there for 2.5 years and working in there. And so and the work that we do, we're church planters.
Awesome.
So yeah, so we were able to plant the very first AG church in that nation.
Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome. That's incredible. Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are missionaries to the Caribbean. I mean, is
Yeah.
that safe to say? I'm sure that is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sign
Without
me
shame.
up. I'm okay with that. No, so can you
Yeah.
guys tell us, because I personally am terrible with geography. It's embarrassing. Where is Antigua in the West Indies? Noah's going to pull up a map here. You guys should be able to see it in a second,
Yeah.
everybody watching. If you can kind of like walk us through, color code us a little bit. Where are you guys?
Sure. You see the Dominican Republic, and then there's Puerto Rico,
Yep.
and then there's all that big little circle-ish line going all the way down to Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
So Antigua is like maybe the sixth island down in that little line of little islands.
So towards the right bottom screen down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the eastern, so it's on the eastern. It's in the Eastern Caribbean. It's in the eastern top,
Oh, I
Antigua
see.
and Barbuda.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
it's near St. Martin. A lot of people know St. Martin.
Oh, yeah, sure. All
St.
right.
Kitts. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, very cool. So now what's more unique about where you guys are in Antigua and these and the islands?
Well, we actually started reaching out to a Dominican immigrant population, and that's really where the need for missions was.
Okay.
For the most part, so we thought. So you have people from Dominican Republic immigrating to all those little islands,
Okay.
and really it brings a dynamic of like they're without family, and they're living in utter poverty, and so there's a lot of need there. But really, God was just showing us reach everybody because there's all kinds of mixture of cultures in those islands. So that's what we're more focusing on now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's amazing. Yeah. For everyone who's joining us, just watching now, we are talking. This is Coffee with a Missionary, and we're talking with Billy and Havilah Roman. They're missionaries to Antigua and the West Indies. And if you're watching this on a replay, we invite you just to stay tuned and hear what God's doing in Antigua and the West Indies. So the next question is how did you guys sense that God was leading you to Antigua?
This is a very good question. I could start by saying, like I myself, I was I was born in the Dominican Republic, right? Me myself, so I'm from the Caribbean. My dad was born in England, and his parents were Jamaicans, and so here I am being half British and half Dominican. 20 years later, God really, really called us to a nation that is actually British and reaching out to Dominican. So here I am both at the same time, not knowing that. And so we didn't understand that before until we realized where we were in, and the Holy Spirit spoke to us. And we were there sensing, like we went there to visit my father-in-law, which he's a missionary there. And so So we went there and we realized, and I said something like the Holy Spirit just, spoke and kind of inside of me. And I said, if someone come in here and plant a church that is that preaches the gospel and that really love the people and care for the people and really, I mean, I was saying this not knowing that I was going to be the one,
Gotta be careful.
3 years later,
Yeah.
and we saw the need and how people were treated there, how the control and the legalism and all this stuff were actually hurting people.
Yeah.
And the Holy Spirit was like, you need to come in here. So we were moved by the Holy Spirit and the cry of the people, to actually go and serve over there. Yeah.
And for me, my parents are missionaries, so there's our little baby there.
Yeah, he wants to be in the video.
Yeah, he wants to be part of it. We'll let him in a little bit. My parents are missionaries, and you would think, oh, so you're following in your parents' footsteps. But I was running from that. Being a missionary, I didn't, I was worried about my own kids going into missions until God literally gave me like a vision. So he gave me like a supernatural vision. And then I was like, okay, I'm all in. So I was able to see, just real quick to say what it was, the bondage that was over that island be broken, and then like fireworks being sent out into the nations around. Wow. So it was so real to me, and I never really saw something like that. But it was out of a real battle that I was having with the Lord. And God has done that, and he's doing that now. So that's pretty amazing.
Wow. That's incredible. It's amazing how God like meets you where you're at. I feel like sometimes, there's all sorts of ways that people can become missionaries. You feel the call, and, not all of us want to be at some point, but God sent met you where you were at, and
exactly.
Gave you what you needed to give the faith. And now you guys are seeing that. And that's just that's insane. That's awesome.
Yeah. And you really just grow to love what God has called you to do after you're obedient. It's kind of, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yep. Now, is there any other missionary work being done in the country right now?
There is a lot of religion in the Caribbean. I think everybody knows that. Assemblies of God that didn't have anything prior. So, so this is like pioneer work in the sense of that. And for us, we really saw it was pioneer work in kind of just pushing a new generation, like trying to encourage them just to serve the Lord. They're so hungry for God, and there's so much, like my husband had mentioned, legalism. Yeah, it seems to be a real stronghold there. So they pushed out the young people, and we're trying to grab them and pick them up and carrying them back in, because they want to know the Lord. It's amazing. Wow. Yeah.
We're gonna come right back to that, but I do want to thank Lee Van Langdenham for her comment. She asked you guys, "Do you have hot water?"
No. Do we have water is a good question.
Just water. It's a good question. The hot part is not even there at all.
Really?
Wow. We get water once a week for a few hours.
Running water.
Yeah. And because of that, the only hot water that we get, I mean, if you're in like a hotel, like people that come, of course you're gonna have hot water, but or you can boil the water, and that will be your hot water. But we were, without hot water for.
Our boys, we have 3 boys, and all of them are used to. We all would share like a bucket of water a day to take a shower. So all of them are used to like the cup and the bucket way of showering. So yeah.
Crazy. And your hair is really long. Yeah. So that must be hard to wash with one bucket of water.
Oh yeah. I would boil myself with like extra water like once in a while.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I should have cut it, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in to Coffee with a Missionary. If you're watching us on the replay, thank you for watching. We're talking with Billy and Havilah Roman. They're missionaries to Antigua, and you can look back in the beginning of the video if you want to know exactly where that is. But we've been talking about God's call on your life and the work that's being done. But really, what is the heart? What is the vision that God has given both of you for these islands?
Yeah. Do you want to answer that first? Or?
Yeah. This is a very good question. For the first time in history, Assemblies of God it's able now to plant churches in that region. So knowing that, we realized that the Holy Spirit he's like intentionally letting us know that he wants to do something incredible over there in that region. When something happens for the first time in history, and you know that, you have to understand that we have to step in faith in everywhere we go, and to trust that,
Come here, Philip. Let me introduce our little.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. This is Philip.
Hi. How you doing, Philip?
Say hi, Philip.
I did say hi.
Okay, we're doing a video, so go back.
Philip, what do you love the most about being a missionary to Antigua?
You want to answer that question?
Yes.
What do you love about it?
That we have our friends and we talk about ministry and we talk about Jesus all around the world.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Little missionary. Well, you are just a missionary just as much as your parents there.
Oh, hi. Oh.
This is David. And Joshua, can you come in? You have to come in closer.
Oh my gosh, you guys have a beautiful family.
Yeah. So
this one, there you go. Hi, bud.
Hello.
He's
wait, you cut out for a second. What's your name?
Josh.
Josh. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Well, we heard you guys are real troopers with cold showers over there. So you have my hero award for, the entire year.
Oh,
well done. For real. That's awesome.
Thank you. All right. Go ahead, guys.
Awesome. So nice to meet you guys. Yeah. So, Bill, I don't want to cut you off, but yeah, you're talking a little bit about the vision that God has given you guys. And by the way, Bill McClure commented, said, "Hey, Billy and Havilah, we'll see you guys soon."
Yeah, it's just great. Bill and Bethany, they are MAs that they're going to be coming to help us in Antigua. Yeah, I don't know. Before you ask the question, is there? I think so. But let me answer the question about what is God's plan. Really, the vision and what God is really doing it's unbelievable. It's really amazing. We wanted to be able to plant churches throughout that whole region, and that there are none. So and we see how God is doing it by sending different people and different groups and leaders and people that can come and actually we can all together work and make this possible. Right now, our former area director Del Code is helping us that we can form a fellowship in that region. So it's really incredible. So yeah.
I think the first thing when we get back, we'll have to assess the situation, but we want to start a young adults group and a youth group. That's really, some people would maybe push that aside and start men or women's ministry, but that's like the main thing God is speaking to us right now. And then we're trying to form maybe like a teen challenge, but we have to start from the very beginning. So that's all about reaching the drug addicts and seeing them be set free. So we're basically feeding the homeless together with the church. Raising up the leaders is the number one thing. If we can't raise up leaders, which is our job as missionaries, then we have nothing. So we have a ton of new Christians, and now we just leadership training and
establishing church.
Yeah.
So what I hear you guys saying is you need like a buttload of more missionaries also.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah. And in all the other islands in the Eastern Caribbean too, not just Antigua. So yeah.
It's a daunting task, but big God.
Mm-hmm.
So Lee asks again, she says, what's the largest problem you face? I think that's a great question. You mentioned the prostitution, the drugs, young people. But what is the largest problem that you face, if you could sum it up, I guess?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good question. It's just there are so many large problems. That's if I could pick one, I will say when it comes to reaching people for Jesus, if I talk about in that area, is that a lot of the people that we talk to about Jesus, they were in some form of religious or legalism control.
They've been hurt.
They've been hurt
by religion,
by other churches. And so when we tell them about like the right way about Jesus, they tend to sometimes feel like, is this really true? Is this really real? Because someone else had preached the gospel to them in a way that is like, if you don't do this, you're gonna go to hell. And we come in telling them, listen, come as you are, and you will be changed as the Holy Spirit will change your life. And they're like, but that's not possible, because I heard that you have to do this in order. So that's a challenge for us. Yeah.
It's like we were telling our other missionaries that are coming. They were asking about the tarantulas and the water and the mosquitoes, and I'm like, look, it's none of those things are going to get to you as much as the spiritual warfare. You really have to be strong on prayer. Like, you really have to be in tune with what God's telling you. And when people come to visit, I tell them, just be prayed up. Even short-term missions trips, there seems to be a couple different strongholds that we've identified. One is control, and it's linked with slavery. And the other one is just lack, just people not having enough. And so, and then the drought, no rain. The drought really seems to affect the island physically, but also spiritually somehow. So it is a spiritual battle that we're walking into, and the enemy, he was not happy when we got there. He tried to kick us out. The first year we were there was really tough. And, there were times when we wanted to give up, and we just asked God for more strength, and he would give us more strength. And, look what he did. He started a brand new church. So it's really amazing. Yeah.
Well, if you're just joining us now, we're kind of at the close of our video here, but we're talking with Billy and Havilah Roman. They're missionaries to Antigua. And if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for tuning in. And as we kind of hone in here, I want to give those who are watching or listening, I want to give them something tangible that they can do. And once they click pause on this video, or once they click X out of this video, a step that they can take to get closer to God's heart and mission, and specifically his heart in Antigua. And the first thing that I will say from my end is, if you're watching this, go to agmd.org, search for Billy and Havilah Roman. No picture will come up. Print that out, put it in your room, put it on a table, put it where you can see it. And just as they mentioned, the spiritual warfare prayer, your prayers matter. That's not a line. that's the reality. And if we
Yes.
believe it
Yes.
and we start acting like it moves
It
mountains.
could save our life. Yeah.
Amen. And then secondly, what's another tangible thing, Billy and Havilah, what's another tangible thing that someone watching this video, if they sense God just turning their attention, they don't know, it's not a calling, who knows, but they're turning their attention to missions and towards the Caribbean, what's a step that they can take?
I mean, to go into well, you said not really a call, but I think prayer, like you already mentioned, is key, because once you start praying for a place, God starts giving you a heart for it and revealing more to you about it. Connecting with us. There's really not many missionaries from the Assemblies of God in that area. So, there's a lot in
how can they connect with you? I'll put you guys. Can they connect with you by email?
Yeah,
Yes.
email is the best way, or Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
and
can email us.
What's your email?
It's you can use the billyroman@ymail.com. That's the one that I will answer a lot faster, I would say, because it comes through my phone.
And Antigua for Jesus
You
on
know.
Facebook. Yeah.
Or just you can use either that one. That would be easy for that I will reply to you much faster, besides having to go into my computer and all that stuff, because I have it way. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Right now we're basically just getting ready to go back by the end of August. So we really need a miracle to get back, because we need to get back because the kids need to be in school over there, and we're about like 80%. So we really need your prayer right now as we finish raising this support to get back to Antigua and continue the work over there. That would be something really incredible.
So if people want to pray for you, they can pray for finish raising support, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
By when is like the date that you would need it? Like the beginning of August, end of July? Like what are we talking here?
We want to get there at least a week before September.
Okay. So we would need to raise it by the beginning of August. Yeah.
Okay.
It's their schooling depends on their immigration papers, so it's pretty serious. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. All right. We just want people to be aware of that. And if there's typos, I'm sorry. I'm half blind with these contacts, so you'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. So we want to kind of just wrap this up. If you have a few more minutes to humor us, Noah and I at heart are 4-year-olds. And we would like to play a game, if that's okay. So apparently, Noah told me there's this thing going around now called the 7-second challenge. Everybody on YouTube's doing it. So we're going to do it with you guys. I'm going to ask you guys some questions, and you basically have to see if you can do it in 7 seconds.
So here's how it's going to work. It's going to be Billy versus Havilah.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna start off ladies first, and we're gonna go back and forth. And so an example will be, all right, name 4 planets. So we'll hit start, and you have 7 seconds. Go for it. You either get it or you don't. And so we'll count up who does it well. Does Pluto count? I'm not sure about that. All right, so you guys ready?
All right, are we doing the 4 planets?
I guess. Okay.
All right. So on your mark.
This is for Havilah.
This is for Havilah. Focus, girl. You got this. All right.
Hold on a second. We need to put up our fancy little graphic here.
All right. Here we go.
There we go.
I mean, can life get any better?
Okay.
All right. So Havilah, we're going to count down. On the count of 3, you're going to go. And Noah has the timer. He'll beep obnoxiously when it's done. On your mark, get set. Name 4 planets. Go.
Okay, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Earth, and
You got it.
Come
You
on.
got it.
Good.
Good job. That's 1 point.
Now,
oh, you said
does-
4.
Four.
Oh, I'm thinking 7.
No, so
you exceeded. You got like 3 points, but you know.
Yay!
no,
this
this
is
next
great.
one's for Billy.
Okay.
So I'll say the one to Billy. So I'm going to tell you what you have to do, and then I'm just going to start the clock. All right?
You
Okay.
get a charades.
So you have to say the alphabet,
Oh.
but don't say the vowels. Go.
The alphabet, but not say the vowel.
You lost.
In what language?
Done. All right. 7
You
seconds
lost.
done.
You lost.
Sorry, we'll give you one more chance. We'll do it in English. You have 7 seconds to say the alphabet in order, but skip the vowels.
No vowels.
Oh, that's a challenge for me. Okay. All right.
On your mark, get set, go.
B, C, D, F, G. Um,
Done.
Oh no!
All right. That was an impossible
Oh,
challenge. I'm
goodness.
sorry. We shouldn't have done
that's
that to you. That-
impossible.
but you got to give you the hard ones, because then then have a look
Oh,
better.
All right,
Yeah,
Hav-
she loves that game because she's winning.
girl after my own heart. All right, so this next one's for Havilah. All right, Havilah, this one is more of a charade. Okay, so you gotta loosen up a little bit. You need to imitate falling out of a plane and realizing that you have no parachute.
On your mark, get set, go.
Oh no, it's freezing up.
Oh,
So, full disclosure, your screen froze up and we have no idea if you did it. How did you rig that? Oh no, we're gone.
Oh, they are. Oh, okay,
right.
we lost them.
I think
Oh, what a shame.
I think they did that on purpose.
They may have done that on purpose.
They're only in this for the prayer.
Well, they're still on. We'll give them a few more minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
there
they're
they
back.
are. Okay. All right, we got them.
We lost you guys for a second.
I know. That was
I
weird.
think you did that on purpose, though. I'm a little impressed
No.
with your skills over there, girlfriend.
I promise.
Okay.
We'll just give that one to Havilah.
Okay.
So-
I'm winning.
All right,
Where are the other questions?
Billy, this one's for you.
Okay.
This one hopefully is a little easier.
Okay.
All right, you have 7 seconds. Spell Antigua in English backwards. Go.
ITNA.
Nope.
Yes, done. You just made it. Point for Billy. All right, well done.
So 1 for the boys, 2 for the girls. Not that I'm keeping score at all, but we're winning.
Okay.
That's all right. We're letting you win.
And I do appreciate it. Oh, I think this next one should be for what's your youngest son's name?
Joshua. All right.
Philip. Well, Dave.
Oh, like wait, Josh is the old. All right, Philip, this one is for you and your mom. Okay, you have to name 3 worship songs.
I'm Joshua. I'm the oldest.
All right, Joshua, you want this challenge?
Yeah.
All right, you have 7 seconds to name me 3 worship songs. Okay,
Okay.
on your mark, get set, go.
In the eye of the storm.
Time.
Ah, that's okay.
So close.
Good job, bud.
That's all right.
All right, I think we're still at 2-1. Havilah is up. Billy, this one's for you.
Okay.
This one, this one should be in the bag for you.
If it's not, then we have bigger issues.
Okay.
Billy, you have 7 seconds. Quote any Bible verse. Go.
John 3:16.
Say it.
Oh, you have to say it.
Sorry.
7 seconds are up. That's it. We missed it.
Babe, in Spanish.
Oh, we missed it. If you're watching this, don't show
I'm
this.
sorry. I didn't know I have to say it. Just said to.
That my bad. I didn't explain it to you. I know you could have done it.
It's all right.
Against you.
We're not.
We just give it to him?
We'll give that one to you. We know you know that one.
Okay.
Missionaries.
All
All right, one more each. It's 2-2.
All right,
These
this
are
is great.
the deciders, okay?
All right, Havilah, you need to spell Caribbean. This is my favorite one. You need to spell Caribbean with each letter louder than the last.
Go.
Ah, okay. Louder than the last.
Yep.
You already started.
Backwards?
No, here, stop it. Okay. We need to allow time for the thing. So you have to spell the word Caribbean in English for the regular way, but every time you say a letter, you need to say the next letter even louder than the last one.
Okay, got it.
On your mark, get set, go.
C-A-R-I-B. B.
That's it. 7 seconds is up.
You should have just let her go. I want to see how loud she
That is not as good as it sounds.
All right, Billy, this is your chance to win.
This is my chance.
Mhm.
Yeah, and okay, here we go. You need to invent 3 flavors of ice cream that you think would taste
Give her a
good.
second to repeat it.
Oh my God.
All right, so you have to invent 3 different flavors that you think would taste good. Okay,
7 seconds. Here we go.
go.
Coca-Cola, like a cherry with vanilla and
Done.
No, you guys.
Those sounded good though.
They did. They would.
Yeah.
They felt good together. You know, the Coke and the cherry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna give that one to you because the
Of course
Coke
you are.
alone was a good one.
that means they win.
That means Billy is the winner. Congratulations.
Okay, good job.
Well, once again, thank you guys for taking the time, and everyone who's watching this either
Thank
on live or watching it on a replay. Thank you for tuning in. Please get involved in missions. Contact the Romans about how you can pray for them and be involved in what they're doing. And we love you guys. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. God bless.
All right. Thank you.